everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I have something a bit different, which is I want to share with you about the tattoos I have. This is in no means saying that I'm a very heavily tattooed person, because I'm not, but I want to tell you the stories about my tattoos and show you them because such an amazing artworks, if I do say so myself. So if you're interested in hearing about my tattoos, please carry on watching. I have tried filming this video before. I tried filming it nearer when I started YouTube, but it wasn't a good video, so I've got my fingers crossed this one will go better. All my tattoos are on my legs. That's not to say that they will always be on my legs. I do kind of want my arms tattooed, but I feel like I'm concentrating on filling up my legs first. I think I have 7 tattoos. So again, like I said, I'm not a heavily tattooed person. I mean, if you ask my mum, she would say I was. But yeah, anyway, let's start from the start and I'll tell you all the stories. From a younger age, I've always been interested in tattoos, and I knew for a long time I was going to get tattoos. I've always been interested in alternative style, alternative music, metal, rock, emo music, blah blah blah. So with that comes an interest in tattoos most of the time. My first tattoo I actually didn't get until I was 20. I had this idea since I was about 13 years old, and in my head I thought as soon as I turn 18 I'm going to get tattooed. However, surprisingly I waited because I was just anxious. I was so anxious about getting in contact with a tattoo place, how to even find a tattoo place that I like, find an artist. I didn't know how to approach them, what detail I had to give. I just didn't know what I was doing. And then eventually I found a tattooed YouTuber. Her name's Catherine. She doesn't do YouTube content anymore, I don't think, but she's very heavily tattooed, and she talked about the process of getting your first tattoo, and it was what I needed to get a kick up the bum to go for it. I've always loved Alice in Wonderland. I love the story, I've read the books, I love the films, you know, the original animated one and the Tim Burton one. Something about Alice in Wonderland speaks to me. And so since I was 13, 14, I knew that I wanted to get the Cheshire Cat tattooed on me, specifically the one from the Tim Burton film. So this is what my first tattoo is, and obviously I'm going to show you pictures of my tattoos and videos, whatever. So yes, this was the first one that I wanted. I originally thought that I was going to get We're All Mad Here tattooed around it. However, I decided in the end not to get that because, well, in my head I thought I was going to have a career in mental health, which I have done. I do have a career in mental health, and I didn't want that tattoo to be on show saying We're All Mad Here when working in mental health. You know, it didn't seem appropriate. However, it wasn't a problem because the tattoo's on my thigh and my thighs are never out at work, so it's not actually a problem. But I ended up just getting Cheshire tattoos. I'm mixing my words up. I ended up just getting Cheshire's face tattooed on me. I chose not to get his body tattooed on me. The original idea was that I was just going to get his eyes and mouth, because, you know, if you've seen Alice in Wonderland, Cheshire fades out to invisible and you can like just see his big grin and his eyes. So that was the original plan, and then when I got older I decided to have his face. So this tattoo was done by someone on Instagram called The Cat's Mother. All my tattoo artists are Bristol based, and I will link to them in the description below. So someone called Charlotte, aka The Cat's Mother, did this for me. I took the time, and I'm really glad I did this, I took the time to research tattoo parlours and tattoo artists, because you should never just go to the nearest tattoo artist for convenience. You know, you should go for someone who specialises in the style that you're into. And she's done multiple animal cat tattoos. She loves animals. She's vegan, which speaks to me personally. And I've seen her do a Cheshire Cat tattoo before, so I thought, great, I'm going to go for her. So The tattoo took about 4 hours, and if I do say so myself, that's a pretty it's a pretty good one to go for your first tattoo. Like, rather than just going for a small thing, I went for a 4-hour session, and it really hurt. I've got a really poor pain tolerance. I'm so rubbish when it comes to pain. And I did find it hurt a lot. I got it on my thigh, so I suppose it's not the worst place in the world, but some of it goes towards the inner thigh, which was a little bit spicy. I had my friend come with me, which I really appreciated because I was so anxious and so nervous, and she held my hand throughout. But Charlotte, the cat's mother, was really supportive. She was really nice because she knew it was my first tattoo, and we had loads of conversations about various things that helped me feel comfortable, and I was really happy with the process and really happy with the outcome. But then I had the worst experience of healing. Obviously it was my first tattoo, so I had no experience of healing tattoos before. And I decided to go for a non-fragranced Cocoa Palmas one because it is one that my friend recommended because she used it for her tattoos. And my skin just didn't like it. My tattoo went really tight, really flaky, and had some really deep set scabs in it, which is like, deep set yellow scabs are not normal. It's not normal for a tattoo, right? I've got some pictures of this. If I can find it, I'll maybe put like one in, but I'll put a little warning beforehand because you might not want to see a yucky scab. So yes, it did not heal very well, and we figured out that it was the cream, that my skin just didn't like the cream. I do have sensitive skin. I'd never used it before. So then I swapped it out to Lush Dream cream, and after that healing was fine. So I'm pretty sure it was the cream I was using. So because I had some deep set scabs, the colour fell out in some places, so it is not the most well healed tattoo, and there are some colours missing. I did get some of the colours touched up for free. I think it was like a month after I got the tattoo, but I am looking to getting it redone, recoloured. I'm hoping to go back to the original tattoo artist, so we will see. But there is some colour fallout. There's some in his eyes and around his mouth and his whiskers. So yeah, I would really like to get that redone. But overall, I love the tattoo. I've had it 5 years now, I want to say 5 years now, and I'm really happy with it. I really love it. It's a great first tattoo, and I just can't believe that this thing a 13-14-year-old girl wanted actually became a reality when she was an adult. So moving on to my second tattoo, I was thinking, wow, I've got one thigh tattooed and now the other thigh looks naked. So I was like, wow, I need to get another tattoo. And I thought, well, I will get another cat. And who better to get than my cat Suki? I will show you a picture of my cat Suki. She's got very unique markings. She's got a straight line down the middle of her face, straight down, half is black, half is brown. I know I'm biased, but she is a very beautiful cat. She's very photogenic and she means the world to me. She's a rescue cat, and it's such an honour and a privilege building up a trusting relationship with a rescue cat, especially with one that hasn't had a great experience. When I got my cat, she was tearing her own fur out from stress, and she had so many, like, she was tearing it out to the point that she was making her skin bleed. So she had loads of patches, loads of scabs. She had to wear a cone and a jumper. Oh, she was a mess, my Suki, when we got her. And she doesn't have that problem anymore, but she's still a very nervous, clumsy, skittish cat. And yeah, she means the whole world to me. I love cats, which you will see when I go through all my tattoos. So yes, I knew I wanted to get her tattooed on me. This was done by Hannah Calavera Tattoo. This was a great experience. I think this tattoo took 3 hours and it's healed beautifully. I used Lush Dream Cream again and I had no colour fallout. I would say this is my most well healed tattoo and it's lasted the test of time. It hasn't faded at all. It looks great. I am so pleased with this tattoo. Again, I didn't want to get her body, I just wanted to get her face to match just the face of Cheshire Tattoo. So then by this point I had 2 cats tattooed on my thighs, and honestly it's been such a joke. This is a bit of a rude joke, but everybody says, oh, Briony's now got 3 pussies. I remember going on a night out with my sister once and she was going around telling people like, yeah, she's got it done because she loves pussy. Thanks. So yes, that was my second tattoo, my lovely Suki. It was slightly different in the fact that when I had Cheshire Tattoo done, I just had a cling film on, and then when I had Suki done, I think it's called Sanoderm. It's the stuff that the like second skin stuff they put on burn victims, and I think that also encouraged my tattoo to heal a lot better. I think my skin just prefers that. Moving on to my third tattoo, it is a little flash sheet tattoo. This is the first flash sheet that I got because my others were designed specifically for me. For the life of me, I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of the man who did this tattoo for me. All I know is that it was done at Inked Up Bristol. So you can have a look at them if you want to see who's there. He might still be there, he might not be, I don't know. This was years ago. It is a Halloween flash sheet one. I was hoping to get a Halloween flash sheet and it came up and I thought, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna do it. And I went on Halloween. I was doing my undergraduate degree then, my psychology degree, so I went after uni. I went into Bristol and got it, and it's just a simple black work piece, isn't it? It's got a cloud, a crescent moon and some bats flying around it. This tattoo only took about half an hour to do, which I appreciated. You know, after every tattoo experience I say to myself, I can't do this again. I end up so upset and struggling with the pain whilst getting it done. I can't do this again. But then somehow later on I think, oh wow, I really want another tattoo, and I just do it. So this tattoo, it wasn't very painful. It was just like a little burn because it didn't take too long. My other tattoos, I would describe it as a burning feeling and a cat scratch. That's how I picture it, is cat scratches on a burn. So yes, this one didn't take very long and it was an alright experience. I didn't really talk to the guy that much because it was so quick, and he was just fitting me in on Halloween when he was doing all his flash sheets. But I do really like it. It's very witchy, very spooky. I love bats. It just gives me like a horror vibe. It healed really well. I believe I had cling film for this one. It healed really quickly because it's such a small tattoo. The bats, I feel like the bats have blown out a little bit. They're not crisp lines as they were when I first got it. I think they've slightly blown out a bit, but overall I still love the tattoo. I think I forgot to mention it's on my ankle. So I've got Cheshire on my right leg, Suki, my cat, on my left leg, and then on my right ankle, side of my right ankle, is that one. My next tattoo is on the lower part of my left leg, and it is done by Casey Marie Tattoo. She's amazing. She is vegan, she's eco-friendly, which I really appreciate. And this is also another flash piece. I found out about her on Instagram and I saw it and I was like, I have to have it because it's so witchy. So it is a cauldron with fumes coming out of the cauldron, and there's also a large skull coming out of it. I love skulls. I have skulls everywhere in my life. Here I've got various skull ornaments in my room. I've got so many clothes with skulls on. We just like skulls here. Again, this is another black work piece. Casey only does black work and it's very spooky. She's done white highlights on the skull's teeth and around his head, which is cool. And yeah, it was a bit spicy, this tattoo. I'm just looking at it at the moment. Oh yeah, there's bubbles coming out of it as well. I can't even remember. It was a bit spicy, but it didn't take too long, maybe like 2 hours. And I do like that the fire, she's done loads of dots in the flames, which looks pretty cool. I was really happy with the experience. We talked loads, me and Casey, and I really enjoyed getting tattooed by her. Well, not the pain part, but being able to chat to her and get her artwork on me was a pleasant experience. And yes, I really like the tattoo. Not everybody's a fan of it because it's so dark and so spooky, I suppose. But I love it, and that's all that matters, isn't it? She used the second skin stuff and it healed really well, healed beautifully. I'll admit, when I got it done, it was a lot bigger than what I thought it was going to be. In my head it was going to be a lot smaller, but I know from experience and following loads of tattoo artists on Instagram and stuff, that you can't have tattoos really small because then you can't do the details properly and it's just not gonna look like you need it to be bigger to have the details. So I do still love it. It was surprised how big it was, but I love it and I wouldn't have it any other way. My next tattoo is a firm favourite of mine. I couldn't be more pleased with this tattoo if I tried. It's everything I wanted and more. This tattoo is by Paula Castle Tattoo. Her and Casey work together in the same place and she is always so fully booked, and oh, her artwork's amazing. I just highly recommend you go check out all these artists, all their Instagrams. But if you're gonna check out one, check out Paula's because her artwork's incredible. I just love it. So I knew to myself that I wanted a witchy cat. I'm a crazy cat lady. I love cats. I knew I wanted a witch's cat, and I knew I wanted this cat to be wearing a witch's hat and just to have some sort of Halloween colours like orange, purple around it. I originally wanted it to be in a frame, but Paula said that it would actually look better a different way, and I totally agree. I love the way she did it. This tattoo I originally wanted on my arm, and then about a month before the tattoo I chickened out and got it on my leg. I don't know what stopped me. I think because I have so many voices from other people saying don't get your arms tattooed, you can't cover it up, so I think it put me off in the end. But I love it on my leg. It looks amazing, and it is quite a big tattoo. Generally, when you're getting tattoos, if it is a custom design, you're not going to see the design beforehand, you see it on the day. I was a bit nervous because I didn't have a clue what it was really going to look like, because I knew Paula was going to be creative and go her own way about it, but how she's done it is better than I could have ever pictured, if that makes sense. I could never have, I'm not a very creative person, and I could not have imagined it like this. But yeah, I'm just looking at it now. It's a stunning piece of art. I'm just so pleased with it. My favourite part about it is on the witch's hat, she's even managed to draw in like the folds of the hat, and where the folds are, it's like shiny. I would never have thought of doing that, but it just looks incredible that you can see the white shininess on it. You'll see from the photos. I love the puffs of smoke around it that are purple, but then it fades out into white. We've got the stars where she's done dots of yellow and dots of orange in the stars. It's just, and even the fur is so shiny. Like, even though it's a black cat, she still managed to make the fur look shiny. I could have cried with happiness when I saw this. It was just far better than I could ever imagined, and I love the orange about it. Like, Paula really understood what I meant by Halloween colours. It's just, I'm so happy with it. And this tattoo took a long time. I think it took 4.5 hours. 5 hours? No, 4.5. And I did have to take breaks, and I did have to have sugar breaks. She gave me some sugary lollipops to help me through it, because I did struggle with it, to be quite honest with you. But it was 100% worth it. It is my most expensive tattoo, I think, but highly, highly worth it. It just makes me happy to look at it. Like, sometimes I just, like now, I'm just sat here looking at it, and I'm just, oh, so pleased with it. Next tattoo is another one from Paula. It is from her Halloween flash sheet, and this is from the game Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing has a dear place in my heart. This is on my inner left ankle, by the way. So when I was a kid, I had the old Animal Crossing game on my Nintendo DS, and I really enjoyed it. And then COVID happened, the first lockdown happened, I was bored out of my brain like everybody else, and the new Animal Crossing came out at the perfect timing, so I just said, screw it, I'm going to buy a Nintendo Switch, I'm going to buy Let's Go Pikachu, and I'm going to buy Animal Crossing New Horizons. And that was the best decision I made throughout that whole lockdown pandemic experience. I'm talking about it in past tense, even though it's still ongoing, but you know, when it was worse and we were in the lockdowns. So Animal Crossing just entertained me for hours and hours and hours. I spent so much time on it. My friend had it as well, so we would visit each other's islands, and I just really feel like Animal Crossing got me through lockdowns. It got me through that whole experience. It was, yes, the best decision I made. So I feel like Animal Crossing holds a dear place in my heart, and it was also something that I could connect with my nephew. Nobody else in my family plays it, just me and him, so it felt like something we could do together, you know, something that we shared. So yes, Animal Crossing just means a lot to me. And I saw in Paula's Halloween flash sheet, she had, it's called the Spooky Pumpkin, so it's 3 pumpkins on top of each other, and all their colours and faces are slightly different, and it came out at Halloween time on Animal Crossing. So it's my 2 favourite things there, really, Halloween and Animal Crossing. So I went for this. It's very cute. Yeah, 3 pumpkins stacked on top of each other, all their faces slightly different. It didn't take too long, this tattoo, maybe like 2 hours, something like that. Didn't take long at all when I went in on Halloween, and it was nice to see Paula there, and Casey works there as well, so it was nice to see her. Yeah, it's very cute tattoo, and I love it when people spot this tattoo and they go, oh, that's from Animal Crossing, and then it sparks a conversation then about that game, you know, so I do appreciate that. This tattoo healed really nice. There's maybe a tiny bit of colour falling out of the bottom pumpkin, but that's it really. It's healed and lasted these past couple of years really well. final tattoo. So the final tattoo was by Casey, who did the cauldron with the skull, and this one was another Halloween flash sheet. I'm just a sucker for Halloween flash sheets. This one is a cat yet again. I'm just covered in cats, aren't I? I'm sorry, not sorry. It is a cat with a ghost sheet over its head, and it's like a boo, you know, trying to scare someone. Boo. It's got like a ghost sheet with the eyes cut out on it, and then his tail is poking out. It's such a cute tattoo. I love it. It's such a cutie. It's only small. It's on the back of my ankle on my right leg. It was a little bit spicy where it was, but it didn't take long. I forgot to say, by the way, my witch's cat from Paula, part of the top of the witch's hat touches my like knee bone, and oh my god, that was the worst pain out of all my tattoos. I could feel it, like it felt like it was drilling into my bone. But anyway, we're not talking about that tattoo anymore. We're talking about my ghost cat. He's very cute, and he's got stars around him with white highlights in. Casey's very good at adding those white highlights in. Didn't take very long, very sweet. And I love him because he's centered so perfectly at the back of my leg that, like, if you're walking behind me, you can just see my little ghost. Boo! Over my tattooing experience, I've found out various things. I found out that Lush Dream Cream works best for me for healing my tattoos, and I've also found out that the Second Skin Sanodome stuff also heals my tattoos the best. Obviously, every tattoo artist has their own advice for healing and what you should use, and you should definitely listen to what your tattoo artist tells you, because they're the experts, aren't they? They've been doing this for a long time. They've done many tattoos. They know what they're talking about. So please listen to a tattoo artist. But that's what I found that works for me. I've also found that I really enjoyed the mix of colour tattoos and black work tattoos. I think if I had to choose, I prefer colour tattoos because I just love vibrant colours, but I also like my black work tattoos, and I think it's cool having a mix. Sometimes people stick to all black work or black all colour, but I remember when I was getting tattooed by Paula once, she did say to me, oh, it's really good, it's really nice that you mix your styles rather than sticking to one. She quite likes that, so she likes it, I'm gonna like it. So I do think I'm gonna keep mixing them up. Am I gonna get more tattoos? Hell yeah, I'm gonna get more tattoos. It's a goal of mine this year to get at least 2 new tattoos. I have one booked for next month with Paula, actually, and it's hard to describe it, but she does like these crying hearts, and my one is one of those hearts, and it's got devil horns and fire around it. It's going to be colourful, it's going to be amazing, and it's definitely going to be on my Instagram when I get it done. That's the only one I got booked. Hopefully I'll get another one booked this year. It's just the money, isn't it? They're just expensive. I understand why they're expensive, because you're paying for this beautiful artwork that takes time and it's going to last you a lifetime. So I understand that, but obviously you got to make sure you save money for these tattoos. I would like to go to the tattoo convention this year. The past couple of years I've wanted to go to Bristol Tattoo Convention, but because of COVID it's been cancelled, so I'm really hoping I might go this year, and perhaps if there's an artist there that I'd like, I might be inclined to get a tattoo. Who knows, we'll see. Of course, when I get more tattoos, I'll end up doing updates of this video, I imagine. In the future I would like to get more Alice in Wonderland themed tattoos. I haven't touched, like, the majority of my tattoos are on my lower legs, and on my thighs I've just got Cheshire and Suki, and I would like to get stuff around them. I'm not so sure yet what to get on the Suki side, but on the Cheshire side I would like to have an Alice in Wonderland themed thigh. I might go to Paula for that, I think. We'll see, but yeah, that's the plan for that thigh. I think some sort of Alice in Wonderland themed. I absolutely love the video game Alice the Madness Returns, which is like a horror psychological version of Alice in Wonderland. So I might get something to do with that, but we'll see. We'll see, and I'm sure I will share it here when I eventually get it done. Do you have any tattoos? Let me know down in the comments below what your favourite tattoo of mine is, what tattoos you have. If you hate tattoos, please don't bother commenting that. I know that tattoos aren't for everybody. I know people who don't like tattoos. That's fine, you're allowed your opinion, but please don't come here hating on my tattoos. I love my tattoos and they make me feel confident and they make me feel more like myself. I don't always have my legs out because, you know, winter gets cold, I don't have them out, but when I do have my tattoos out, I feel more like my identity, if that makes sense to you. I think that makes sense to a lot of people who like tattoos or piercings or whatever. Like, it just makes me feel like me, you know, and I love the conversations that it sparks as well, and people can very clearly see my love for cats and see my love for all things spooky and Halloween. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking it and also consider subscribing to my channel. You can also follow me on Instagram, which is BrionyBea, where I always share pictures of my tattoos. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a beautiful spooky day. Bye.